I would like to share with you a reading from a book I've written entitled The Power in You, Discovering Treasures of the Hidden Self. It is a book that enlightens, awakens, and heals as it inspires you to see life differently. Before I continue with the reading, I would like to let you know that throughout this book I've used the word man not to connote gender, but rather to refer to all of mankind, that is, both male and female. I now invite you to sit back and relax and listen not with the mind, but with the divine heart. It's a reading from an excerpt from Chapter 3, O Humble Soul, Surrender. To surrender is one of the most beautiful acts of humility and of love for oneself, as it frees man to enjoy his journey in life, no matter what comes his way. In surrendering, man surrenders to what is, not resisting nor resenting what is, not kicking and fighting mentally against what has happened and what is, and not creating any fears of what will be. Being ever detached from his circumstances, events, the fruit of his actions, things, and people, all that is left is his peace as he embraces and accepts all that life offers him. Without the presence of internal resistance and resentment, what else is left but man's peace? To surrender is to be detached, to let go and to let God. The moment that man can let go is the moment that he lives in the present, where he bears no burden of regret, fears, expectations, and worries in his heart. In that moment, that is where he feels mental ease, a quiet peace within, that divine state of being of God. When it is said that one surrenders everything unto God, it really means that one accepts one's situation for whatever it is. Now, it does not mean that it is necessarily okay, but what it means is simply that it is. And thus, while there may be no happiness present, there is also no turmoil and wretched unhappiness present within you. When a man comes to a point in his life where he surrenders, firstly, he may make the decision to surrender, but his actual surrender is when he takes the inward action, whereby he no longer identifies with being a victim of events, people, and situations. He also no longer strives on being fearful or sorry for himself. Instead, he is now a witness of the suffering created by the ego mind. The moment he becomes a witness, he loses identity with suffering and transcends it. This is when he feels a great calm within himself, an inner stillness, an overflowing peace, and a knowing that all is well and all will be well, no matter what. When man is in a state of surrender, he lets go of his mental burdens, which opens him up to experience the free flow of universal divine energy that brings him calm and clarity and all that he needs to enter into his life freely. That is when he frees himself up and is available to receive the universe's and hence God's guidance that will lead him to what is next for him. As he lets God, who has the wisdom to bestow upon him all that is best for him, he gives chance to joyful living, and the miracle of progress in his life begins. Every man deserves to be happy. He need not feel that he must suffer first, and that he must have or do something externally to validate his being happy. The fact that you exist as part of God's creation makes you deserving of lasting happiness, and the adversities you face are adversities only because you have not used the gateway of surrender to experience true joy, not in the adversities, but in the inner freedom that surrender offers. The moment you surrender, what appeared to be adverse in your life before will now be seen as something working for you, redirecting you and shaping you into something more beautiful within. I invite you now to visit my website, sandrarajpaul.com, and go to the contact page after reading my book and drop me a few lines to let me know how the book and its messages have touched your life. I look forward to hearing from you.